behalf of accused number 1, we are going to request to have the following witnesses recalled. Constable Zungu and Buthelezi. We still weighing our options as to whether or not there would still be other witnesses that we will make a request that they be recalled. However, the court will be informed in due course about the identity of those witnesses, if any. That is brief. But for now, we're certain about Constable Zungu and Mr. Buthelezi, who is in the employ, I don't know if he's still there, part of the Ekurhuleni Metro. Thank you.
Ubufakazi bangathanda ukuthi bambili uqhamuka lapho ngaphansi kuyayishisila kade abameli obawuvuma khona-ke ngaphambi ukuthi baqale babe abameli futhi yasho khona njalo zomnumzana kumele mina-ke wamnumzana Muzi ukuthi uyacela ukuthi inkosi enkantolo-ke futhi ize abanye obufakazi abalandelayo ababili uConstable Zungu futhi nomnumzana Buthelezi osebenza ngaphansi kwesiphoyisa noma ngaphansi kwe-Ekurhuleni Metro-ke lapho-ke futhi yasho khona ukuthi bakhona-ke abanye abazokhala phansi basebito zabalabo ekuthizini ngabe bazobaliza futhi noma ngeke babalize futhi. Yes, Mr. Baloyi.
Well, regarding this latter request, we don't know what is the basis for requesting that these witnesses be recalled.
Okay.
Is it a proper basis will be made for the request to recall those witnesses?
What does the law say? You can address me on Monday.
Yes.
When are you supposed to recall a witness?
Yes.
Hey, what's up, people? We are back with another video. The page, it is called South African Late News, and the handle for this page is at KZN_ZA. Here, Advocate Mnisi is not playing now. He's in serious business. On Friday, he told the court what are his intentions. He intends to call Constable Zungu to come back to the stand and explain few aspects of his evidence. Remember Zungu is the state star witness. Mnisi wants to call him because when Zungu testified earlier on, Mnisi was not the lawyer for accused number 1. So Mnisi would like to ask certain questions that relate to only accused number 1, which is Mr. Musibiya, which is fair. So when he makes that application, I'm sure that it's going to be successful because it is in the interest of justice. That's what Chacha always says. Let's go back to Zungu. Zungu is the police officer that went to the then police commissioner, Kehla Sithole, and told him that he knows something about the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. Kehla Sithole told him to go and speak to the lead investigator of the case, which was Brigadier Gininda. And then he did so. Then Zungu revealed that on the day Senzo Meyiwa passed away, which was on the 26th of October 2014, he said he visited the 5 accused at about 2 or 3 p.m. on the day of the 26th of October. He visited the house of Kwabeni, which was in the hostel. To be exact, it's called Basotho Hostel. So he arrived there at about 3 or 2 p.m. They drank alcohol and ate meat and had a good time. Zungu went there using a state car. That is very important. So he said he was there for some time, and then later on during the day, the 5 accused left. And when they left, they didn't tell him where they were going. And then they came back later on, and then when they came back later on, they had guns. One of them, I think he said Mafiga, he had a 38 special, and others had other guns, and so on. But that's not important now. So, after they came back, he said they spoke about the death of Senzo Meyiwa before it was announced on the television news or social media. So when it was announced, he was very shocked because he heard this thing from the 5 accused. So at first he didn't make much of it. And then on the following day, he realized that the people that were in that house, at Kwabene's house, could be linked to the killing of Mayo. However, Zungu kept quiet for over 4 years. He did not say a word. He did not say a word. And remember, Zungu is a police officer. So as a police officer, if you are aware of any crime that has occurred or you suspect that there's a crime that happened, you must go straight to the nearest police station and report it. And Zungu, as a policeman, he should know that. But he did not do so. For 4 years, Zungu kept quiet. He did not tell a word to anybody. Later on, when the case of Senzimenya begins, we are told about Zungu. He came to give evidence and we were told that he's under police protection because accused number 5 wanted to unalive him, which is, you just thought that I do not believe for a second. Okay, let's just move on. Now, the main question is, he was asked when he was testifying, did he open a case against accused number 5 when he threatened to unalive him? And Zungu's answer was no. Why didn't he open the case? Obviously, Zungu did not open the case because there were no death threats against him from accused number 5. Zungu is lying. He's making up the story about being threatened by accused number 5. So I'm saying his entire evidence is just a fabrication. It's something that never happened. It never happened. Zungu is being used by the police to find these 5 accused guilty. That is the only thing that Zungu is being used for. Zungu admitted that he gave his gun to one of the accused in the house so that they can keep it safe for him. What type of a police officer gives a gun to a known hitman? What type of a policeman is that? So Zungu's behavior in all this is very suspicious. It does not seem to be a police officer with integrity, with honesty. So his entire evidence, I do not believe. So it is very important that Mnisi recalls him so that he can explain further of what transpired on the day of the 26th of October 2014. Zungu, I can say it without any fear of contradiction, Zungu is lying. Zungu is telling lies. And another aspect of Zungu's evidence, it's that it is an evidence before court that Zungu heard some part of the story from his father, Absalom Zungu. And in return, Absalom Zungu heard the same story from Mbongiseni Ntanzi, who is related to Bongani Ntanzi. So Zungu's evidence, in actual fact, it's hearsay evidence that should not be admitted in court, which is why Zungu is not a reliable witness. So Mnisi must be given a chance to cross-examine him once again, because the life of accused number 1 depends on Zungu's testimony. If Zungu's evidence is accepted before court, then the 5 accused are in real big trouble, because Zungu links all 5 accused, because he said all 5 of them were in that hostel house, the house that belongs to Kwabeni. So he links all of them. But strange enough, Baloyi did not call Kwabeni to confirm or deny the story that was told by Zungu. If this thing happens at Kwabeni's house, then Kwabeni should be called, because he's got first-hand knowledge of the incident. He could help us by telling us if it did indeed happen that the 5 accused were in his house, they had guns, and they celebrated the murder of Senzimenya. So, in addition to recalling Zungu, I hope that Mnisi or any of the other lawyers, they will subpoena Kwabeni to come and also give evidence, because this thing of these guys having guns happened in his house. So Gwabeni is a very crucial witness that must come before court and also explain and tell us if it is indeed true or false, because it is in the interest of justice that we hear from all the witnesses that were there in that house. I'm sure the 5 accused will also be given a chance to come to the stand and then testify and give their side of the story. However, I do not believe any word that come out of Zungu's mouth. Zungu is not honest. So umnisi uthe uzocela uJaji Ratha ukuthi abize futhi uConstable Zungu ukuthi abuye azokhipha ubufakazi, ngoba ngesikhathi efike ukuqala uZungu enkantolo umnisi wayengesiye ummeli ka-accused 1, so khona imibuzo afuna ukumbuza yona. So uJaji Ratha akana choice, kufanele amvumele ukuthi abizwe futhi uZungu azokhuluma, because uZungu ufakazi o number 1 icaleni nombuso. Ubufakazi bukaZungu ngathini bungasala lamadoda amahlanu ejele iminyaka or udileka jele, because ukubulala icala elikhulu kabi lelo. So umnisi umsomluko uzocela uJaji Ratha ukuthi uZungu abuye azofakaza futhi. Ukhumbule phela uZungu kulofakazi lo oyiphoyisa owathi wabona amadoda amahlanu la enkantolo afika emzini kaGwabeni ngosuku usenzo washona ngalo. Uthi uZungu wafika lapho emzini kaGwabeni ngehora lesibili or ngehora lesithathu ntambama, naye akasakhumbuli kahle, but wayeshayela imoto yamaphoyisa. Uthi ke bahlala lapho badla inyama baphuza utshwala, then later on abasola labahlanu bahamba, then babuya later sebephethe ibhamu. Ekubuyeni kwabo bakhuluma bathi yes uSenzomeyi useshonile, lokho bakusho before ku-announce kwi-media. So uthi emva kwaloko ba-celebrate baphuza ugoloko ngoba bejabule uSenzo ushonile. So uZungu uthi ngenxa yaloko uyakholelwa ekutheni yibo ababulala uSenzomeyi. Kodwa-ke into esiyaziyo, ubufakazi bukaZungu abusiliqiniso, ngoba obunye ubufakazi wabuzwa ngobaba wakhe uAbsalom Mzungu, but uAbsalom Mzungu naye wayezwe isitori esifanayo kuMbongiseni Ntanzi. So enkantolo kahle kahle itshelwe i-hearsay evidence, okuyinto engavumelekile ukuthi yamukelwe enkantolo, because abusibo ubufakazi obuphuma emntwini wakubona ngamehlo. So ke umnisi uzocela ukuthi ke uZungu abizwe futhi ukuze azokhuluma achaze kahle ukuthi kwenzakalani ngomhla ka-26 October 2014. So ngiyathemba ukuthi uJaji Ratha uzovuma ekutheni uZungu abizwe futhi, because kubalekile ukuthi lelicala likhulunywe kucace kahle yonke into. Kodwa-ke ngiyafisa futhi ukuthi uGwabeni naye abizwe, ngoba yonke lento kuthiwa iyenzeka ehostela erumini lakhe. So ke if kwenzeka erumini lakhe, then kusho ukuthi ke uGwabeni wabona abasola bephethe ibhamu, wabona futhi we-celebrate ngesikhathi ukuthi ushonile uSenzomeyi. So uGwabeni kufanele afike enkantolo asho yena ngomlomo wakhe lawo mazwi, otherwise uZungu ngiyakholelwa ekutheni mina unamanga. So uGwabeni ubalekile na ukuthi umnisi amsuphine or ambize ngenkani ukuthi azokhuluma ubufakazi, because uyadingeka la. But anyway siyobona-ke msomluko ukwenzakalani. Ngiyabonga ukubuka. Inkosi inibusise.